Hello, John Piper coming to you from the Great American Truck Show here in Dallas. I'm pleased to be joined by Danny Deaver with You Follow It. Danny, thanks for being here.
Pleasure, thanks John.
I met Danny a couple years ago and was really fascinated by the technology that You Follow It provides to the industry. And we're going to have Danny tell you a little bit about how some other trucking companies use it and how it impacts the driver. More importantly, how it speeds up their pay and they can get paid for their deliveries even sooner. So Danny, tell us a little bit about how You Follow got started and what you're doing in the industry.
Thanks John. You Follow got started in 2008 when we first entered the industry. We launched our first smartphone application at TIA in Washington, D.C. It was very lonely back then because only 1 in 10 drivers were carrying a smartphone. But our company had this vision that a lot of drivers would be adopting smart technology and probably using it to make their job a lot easier out there, and that's exactly what has happened over the last 6 or 7 years. And the biggest thing today, I think, in the transition of the trucking industry is the way the documents are delivered. The smart devices, tablets, and phones are able to take the pictures at the same level of quality that scanners were doing in the past. And many of the drivers are able to do that at the delivery point. And when you can get the paperwork back to your company while you're still sitting at the delivery dock, it speeds up the paperwork for everybody. Their settlement process is faster, they get paid quicker, they can bill the shipper or the broker that they've engaged the services with, and the whole efficiency of the system really is benefited from the use of technology.
I remember when I got my first flip phone and it had a camera built into it, I thought to myself, who is ever going to use a camera in a phone, you know? And it's amazing how it's evolved. And did you say roughly 8 out of 10 drivers have a smartphone now?
Today, 9 out of 10 drivers have a smartphone in their hand. And I think that's what surprises a lot of folks is that they don't realize what the embracing of that technology in the cab of the truck has really made a difference in creating the visibility and the transparency within this industry to connect that driver to the back-end systems at these offices so that any of the events that they do can be done with a push of a button on an application and still making things safe for the driver out there on the road.
And I know, Danny, you spend a lot of time out there in the field with drivers. What's some of the feedback you get from the driver community on the You Follow It application?
I think the biggest thing that has been the most rewarding is how many of them tell me that the app has saved them so much time and money. One driver quoted me recently that by using the app, he feels it's saving him about $150 to $170 a year at a minimum.
Wow.
And a lot of that is just based upon that way he does his document delivery to his company, but the backtracking, looking for truck stops, the ways that they used to do it in the past, that's what's really changing today in the industry. And I think that with many companies looking at making a mobile connection, I think it makes a lot of sense for companies. And we do them not only for the trucking companies, but we also do them for nonprofit organizations like Women in Trucking, Rolling Strong, Trucker Buddy. Those are the organizations that really benefit this industry in one way or another. One, in helping the drivers be more healthy. 2, the education of the younger children in Trucker Buddy so that the kids learn about the trucking industry and the importance of the trucking industry to our whole economy. And then Women in Trucking is a very important one, and we'll be coming back here in September for the Accelerate Conference and sharing with all the folks there all of our technology and what we can do for various companies that are looking to move in or to develop their own app and have a presence out there on the market.
Danny, that's a great point you make. When an individual driver can save his or her company $140, $150 a year, you multiply that by, say, 80 drivers, 100 drivers, 1,000 drivers, and it's such a tight margin business that the fleet can elect to maybe pour that money back into a fitness application like Rolling Strong, or do something more charitable to impact the driver. So it is a penny's business. We said in a session yesterday put on by CNBC and CCJ talking about pennies per mile difference, and those are some of the things that you're giving back to the industry. So it's awesome.
Very good point. Those executives knew a lot of the statistics that run their company. And the drivers are very similar to your point. They know how many miles per gallon they get, they know what their bottom line is, and they know a lot of these little things that they can do or implement that they can save money. And one of the things that we do also do is connect with the drivers to offer our assistance, training and things like that, because we realize that the average age of a driver is around 53, 54 years old. And we want them to feel comfortable that they have a telephone number that they can call and have somebody walk them through those steps on how to utilize this technology. And it's like many things in the trucking industry. Once you become familiar with the process and you're comfortable with it, it will be very easy to use day in and day out and see those benefits and then show other drivers. That's been our biggest probably push for growth, is a driver to driver kind of scenario where one driver sees another driver do document submission using a mobile application. So it's been very positive, and we're very excited about where this industry is now starting to really embrace technology. It's on the front page of the tabloids, the various trucking magazines that are out there, which really makes it more of a top of mind as opposed to the other issues that the industry has had to grapple with over the years. So, I think that the next couple of years are going to be really, really good years for us with regards to helping companies to connect their drivers to a mobile application to make their jobs easier.
Danny, tell us a little bit about this box you have up here on the desk.
This box here is something that we designed for the drivers. It's called the U-Scan and Clip Box. And what it does is it basically assembles very quickly. It has LED lights on the underneath sides. You can take your mobile device and you can set it up on top, and you can snap your pictures, and you have the proper lighting for your documents. One of the things that we want to make sure that we can tell the management folks that the quality of the documents that they would receive using a mobile application will be as good, if not better, than those that they have received in using scanners and other technology in the past. And if you can prove that to the office folks, then the embracing of the drivers and the technology and the tools like this, it really helps them. They don't have to use the scan box unless they really need to, depending upon the delivery being at night or something. If it's during the day, they can just put it on a dark clipboard and actually snap a picture very quickly without having to use this product. But it is a tool, again, just an assistance tool to the drivers to help them to take the best photos that they can of their documents. Because as I've told many of them, there's nobody at the home office that's in a hurry to receive your blurry documents. So take your time, look at the quality, and ensure that you're delivering the same quality that the company can use to turn around and then invoice the shipper or the broker for those fees.
Danny, and finally, how can fleets find your app, either online or is there a phone number they can call to get the solution?
Absolutely. You can call us at YouFollowIt at 800-256-6414, or you can go to youfollowit.com and certainly click on any of the links. We're happy to do a presentation to give you all the features and functionality of what we can do for you and your company. And that would be not only for the department that might be calling us, but involving all of the departments within your company, because they all have some sort of connection with the driver in some capacity. And we've helped out a lot of companies to bridge those gaps, do surveys with drivers, document delivery, event management, all types of things. Training has become very, very popular with the smart devices because it can be done at their leisure, on their own schedules, and they can do quizzes and other things at the end of them. So it's really working out to be a very positive tool as its impact on this industry.
Well, guys, that's going to sum it up here at the Great American Truck Show. We're always looking to bring you innovation and technology to make your fleets run more efficient. Again, John Piper, thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon. See you down the road.